Ladies and gentlemen, I was a bit under the weather yesterday. We had snow and sleet and rain here in my state yesterday, and I had to do a little bit of running around in the morning. And by the time I got done and settled back into my house, I had a bad headache and a sore throat. So I just kind of took it easy for the rest of the day. I didn't do any more videos, but I'm feeling better. And I wanted to get started with this Bernie Sanders video. Now, he just made his announcement that he is running for president. Now, I want you to understand there are still a lot of Black Bernie Sanders supporters out here. Why? I don't know. See, when he made the statement that reparations was too divisive and we wouldn't get reparations, he should have been immediately dropped, as far as I'm concerned, as any potential candidate for the Black community to vote for. But as it stands, many people still trust and believe in Bernie Sanders, and I think that's a travesty. Now, I want you to keep in mind, Bernie Sanders is Jewish, and his people get all kinds of reparations. If anything, it should be too divisive for them to get reparations from the US because the Holocaust never happened here. But you will never hear him form his lips to say that. The Holocaust never happened here, but they get reparations from the US every single year. Ladies and gentlemen, if you're going to hold Kamala Harris and Cory Booker's feet to the fire when it comes down to the Black community, you got to do the same thing to Bernie Sanders, Elizabeth Warren, and all of these other non-Black candidates, because each and every one of them are going to come to the Black community for support. And just like we're coming down hard on Kamala and Cory, we need to do the same thing to these candidates as well, because always remember, they're coming to you with the usual stereotypes. They're not going to come to you with a plan or any agenda or even form their lips to say Black agenda. These white candidates are not going to do it either. You see how Cory and Kamala are dancing around when you say Black agenda to them. You're going to get the same thing from these white candidates because they have all grown used to the fact that we're never going to ask for anything. We're never going to challenge them on nothing. We're never going to hold their feet to the fire. This all must change, regardless of the race of the candidate. If the voting comes from the Black community, they must tell us what they have in place for us. We are not accepting the tag of people of color. Okay, that's how they have managed to get around of doing nothing for us and something for everyone else. This is why they keep bringing up the immigrants over bringing up the Black community, because they are people of color. We don't want that tag. We're giving you your tag back. Okay, that's what we're ultimately doing. We're giving your tag of people of color back to you. We don't want that label. We want you to remove that label from the Black community. We don't want it. We reject that label, because that label means you do for anybody with hue in their skin except for us. That's what it means. So, Bernie Sanders, I don't care that you marched in civil rights. I really don't. That was decades ago. You marching in civil rights does nothing for Black people today. Black people today need a written out agenda. We need reparations. We need people to walk into office with a plan, and those plans are implemented. So it doesn't matter. I'm glad you did something with the Black community 40 years ago, 50 years ago, but we need something done today. We can't even get y'all to push legislation to get these cops from shooting unarmed Black people. And many of you, people like Bernie Sanders, have been in office for decades, but they will gladly push legislation to give more protection to cops. That's what they do. And don't believe that's just a Republican thing. These Democrats go along with that stuff too. So we need to be saying the same thing to Bernie Sanders as we are these other two candidates, Kamala and Cory. If you don't have the Black agenda, don't look for our votes. I don't give a damn if your name is Bernie Sanders. And that's the way it should be. We can't keep giving platforms to politicians that have a record of not doing nothing. And that's what we're doing. But it's up to us to change that. And I'm glad we're now on the right course with the hashtag ADOS. And we need to stay on that course and stay strong and speak as one voice when it comes down to the Black agenda. No one gets a pass. No one. But please tell me what you think, ladies and gentlemen, about Bernie Sanders throwing his hat into the presidential race for 2020. Please leave your comment and subscribe. Don't forget to hit on the notification bell, and I'll see you on the next video. Peace, family.